Hi, I'm going to talk about the characteristics of the adult in the Montessori classroom. I made a little chart that I included in here that listed a bunch of characteristics, but I'll talk about my three strengths and my weaknesses and what I think I could improve upon and why each one is a strength or weakness. So, my strengths are absolutely adaptability, um, energetic, and creativity. So I wake up, I'm in a good mood. I have a lot of energy. I am just kind of an upbeat person. So I think that's important in the classroom to be excited to see the children, to feel positive about them when I see them. I'm a resilient person. I don't hold grudges against people or little tiny people either. Um, so, creativity, I am constantly looking for new ways to engage the children, especially getting to know a child and just remembering things about them and talking to them in creative ways, especially if I'm trying to get them to engage in a work. Just figuring out what can I do to get through to them. I'm always thinking about creative things to do in the art department. I'm always having creative music. The other thing is adaptability, creativity, and energy. So I'm adaptable. I'm flexible. I can, turn on a dime, basically. I have a plan. If I have to change it, I'm cool with it. I don't get stuck in being inflexible. So that can be a real positive. Now to my negatives. So this flexibility and creativity is great. However, self-discipline, organization, and observation skills. So being all over the place and being flexible is great, except when you actually have to get things accomplished. So I have ADD. I think I've had it all my life, but it's just kind of come out as an adult. So as far as organization goes, I try really hard to be organized. I really do. And I'll say this, since I was in college, I only had encyclopedias and periodicals and books and stuff like that, reference books. Now, when I want to research something, I've got the internet and I've got, AI. I've got all these different tools that are giving me ideas. And because of that, it's not helpful to me because I get all swirling about on all these ideas, well, which one am I going to do, and I have trouble organizing my thoughts. So that's definitely a weakness. The other weakness is self-discipline. I know I have to get things done. My ADD mind just puts it off. And then when it's absolutely, I'm like, I've got to get this done, I can rock. I wish I could come up with a way to have that sort of go-getter type attitude or ability when things are not last minute. And that's very difficult for me because there's so many other things I could be doing, except when something's due, I've got to stay on it. And the other thing is my observation skills. I really need to work on that. I need to think of a time where, okay, am I going to set aside this time during my lesson day to just observe one child? And I think I have trouble doing that when there's just so much going on. I feel like I've got to watch and manage. And when I do the observation where I can just sit and observe, I get so much out of it. It's amazing. But when the kids are doing their own thing and nobody's bothering anybody, unless it's something that is really blatant, you don't really notice. And I try really hard to notice more. So I need to work on my observation skills. So the one thing, I'm supposed to pick one of these things. I think I'm going to pick the observation skills because I really need to work on that. I take notes, but I don't have a central location where I translate them all for one kid. So that's what I have to say about that.